not trying to scare you, I'm just relating details and facts as they are. Spellcasting, I know, is something that sounds very simple, but it's far more complicated, and as you practice it, it becomes even more complicated. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just relating details and facts as they are. When a person starts the journey of casting a spell, the first thing they will notice is that it's not just time that goes, but it's also energy, it's also focus, it's also intention. It's a whole ball of ideas, emotions, things that require you to be there present in the moment. And it's not like in a hobby where you have a scrapbook to maintain. So there is a huge difference. Reading is a hobby, traveling is a hobby, painting is a hobby, but there are some people who paint and then it becomes their profession. So they put their entire creativity and their entire time into that. If you're starting your journey as spellcasting, never ever put it in the hobby bracket, because it will lose its flavor, it will lose its importance. When we talk about the core nature of something, just like every human being is a creature of habit, at the end of the day, or for as long as they can fake it, at some point you will realize a person is displaying certain traits. That's the basic part of who they are. Some people also believe that in a similar fashion, spellcasting does not have a core nature. Just setting this record straight is very, very important. Every spellcasting process, every single spell does have a core nature, and that is the seriousness of it. It begins with an intention, it ends with a result. There is a whole lot of focus and concentration involved. There are always materials involved. Sometimes these materials are important not to be mixed in a certain way, and it could be something as simple as oils, it could be something as simple as the raw material, it could be something as simple as the direction. If you're doing a spell to attract, and if it's positioned in a way to release, that's going to be a problem because you've messed up the entire spell. So it sounds very glamorous at times, but it is something that is a very serious thing to take onto yourself to help your own self or to help someone else. When we talk about a partial aspect of a person's routine, or say on a weekend, if you want to practice spellcasting, that's good, because spellcasting is also, we do spellcasting and Thrakaina over the weekend. But why it cannot be done part-time is because if you decide to take a part of your regular routine and then do spellcasting, you may not see the kind of results that you want. Even a scientist wants to follow detailed experiments during their free time if they have a regular job and then they do it. There's no harm in it. But for a person who's spending more time in conducting experiments, they may be able to see a whole variant of results. The more you spellcast, the better you get. It's as simple as the more you learn to ride a bicycle, the better you will be at it. The more you learn, if your handwriting is not good, cursive writing or writing when you're, whenever you can, and then finally your handwriting would become legible from illegible. If you want spellcasting to be serious and to be taken seriously, you cannot do it part-time, because it does encroach into your real life. It does, your mind will keep flitting and going back there. Did I do this right? Why was there a mistake last time? When the second time when I tried it, what was the difference? So it takes over. I won't say it consumes you, because that it sounds really weird, but I will say that it does take over your subconscious, and you keep thinking about it, and it keeps rolling in your head. You remove the seriousness of the process, simply put. Some of you can take it as a learning experience. Some of you can decide to just try your hand and see whether you're good at it or not. Whatever your reason may be, a true spellcaster, a serious spellcaster, someone who means business, will start at some point of time. I get that. We all have been there, we all have done it. But to become a spellcaster, an occult practitioner, or something which is going to give you a result that will alter someone else's reality or even yours, which will create something out of nothing. These are very serious things. If you want to pass time, read a book, listen to some music, go for a walk, because these are light meditative practices. Spellcasting is anything but. If you're looking for a way to pass time where you can just chill out, air quote, then you have other ways and means to pass time. But spellcasting cannot be one of them, and I would highly advise that it should not be one of them. Yes, some spells that last for about 5 minutes, we conduct them at Drakaina. Some spells that last 15 minutes, some spells that last a whole day, some spells that last a whole week, and some spells that go on for about, the maximum I think we have done is 14 days, I'm sorry. So it depends on the kind of magic that is being practiced. It depends on the kind of, for example, if you have, I don't want to sound ambiguous, so I'll give you examples so that you can connect with it. On our channel on YouTube, you'll find the personal power candle spell. That's a power spell, and that takes 15 minutes, and you're all set, right? You can use spells to make things work, to get what you want. Even when it is a moon-related spell, a moon phase spell, like a new moon spell or a full moon spell, even that has a time constraint. So the shortest that we have worked with is our 5-minute spells, and they usually have a lot of semi-precious stones, metals, precious metals, or conductors like copper. And the longest duration we've had is, like I said, about a fortnight, 14 days. So the duration of the spell should not be able to matter when it comes to focusing on the spell. Don't think a 5-minute spell doesn't require your attention. It does, because the intensity does matter, okay? Just because the candle flame is low, the spell may not have the kind of effect that you want it to. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to put them in the comment section below. Thank you, and see you at Drakaina.